Studio production begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, this is Diagnosis Autism. My name is Crystal Holman, and I'm the Executive Director of Autism Chapter Eastern Shore. We're here to give you the facts, information, and education regarding autism. We're here to help you help your children. Today, I'm very excited to introduce you to one of our guests. Her name is Rose Carey, and she is the Director of the Splash Program. Good afternoon, Rose.
Good afternoon, Crystal.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad too.
Well, my first question is, can you tell me about the Splash Program?
Well, the Splash Program is an aquatic program that we hold at Holly Center Pool for children and adults with disabilities. It's just for them to come out and participate and have fun. It's a night of relaxation. They don't have to worry about anything. They can just come and swim and have fun.
And when a family contacts you and the child or adult has a situation with a disability, how do you try to tailor the program to meet the need of the family?
Most of the time, the person with a disability either has a friend that comes with them, or if it's a child, they usually have a parent that comes with them. We don't allow the disability person to just be by themselves there. Okay. So they have to have someone to come with them. So, and most of the time if it's a family member, they get in the pool and swim too, which that's relaxation for them. They can just lay back and cool it. Or they can play with the child, whichever. It's just great, you know, to see them interact. And another benefit of it is the parents can talk to the other parents about their children or their disability, and they can network, and they can say, well, I tried this and this worked for my child, maybe you should try it. And that way they just learn what's going on with the different children.
And I know that my Hayden when we first joined the Splash Program, I think I remember talking to you and telling you, well, you know, we can barely give him a bath. It's like baptizing a tiger. I've got, 5 to 6 aides holding on to him, family members, and we're trying to wash him off, and it's a screaming ballistic mess. And through your program, I did not know if we could ever get in the pool, and I did not know what was going to happen. But through what you designed...
Well, it was the first night that I had ever done the pool program that Hayden came. And when he came, he had his aide with him, Samantha, and she helped him get in the pool. And he literally screamed for 15 minutes. And I thought, what in the world have I got myself into? Because I had not been around children with autism that much. So I thought, well, maybe he'll come back next week, though. And so each week he came back, and he got less and less afraid of the water. Each week he got in the water a little bit more. Sam was very good with him. She just coaxed him and just helped him. She toted him into the water. And I call him my little miracle child, because over the years that I have seen him do this, and it's been 2 years now, every time he comes to the pool, he does something different and something better. Now he can go in the pool and go in the middle of the pool without an aide holding on to him. He socializes with the other children. He puts his head underwater. He just barely, but he's getting there. And he was on the boogie board and swim, and paddling, and just remarkable child. So I know that for children with autism, this program is one of the best things that I've ever seen, because they can just come and be themselves, and nobody is criticizing, and everybody understands. So everybody's just cooperative. They want to try to help another child. So it's a good social outlet for kids.
And for Hayden, not only did, as far as the swimming part is concerned, it got him to not be threatened with water.
Right.
And he wasn't threatened with the atmosphere. Everyone was very accepting and loving toward him. And it made him feel safe, and it let that anxiety go. And through the Splash program for us, not only did it make a gigantic impact on Hayden's socializing and the being in the water and part of the water and enjoying himself and relaxing, but also as the weeks were going on that he was coming to the Splash program, it got less and less of this baptizing a tiger at home to bathe him, to the point that as of right now, I can state that he can get in the shower and there's only one of me, I mean, just me, helping him in the shower. And he's able to wash his hair, and he's able to, you know, clean himself independently with only one person helping him, which is gigantic because we never dreamt that this would even happen for him. But through the program and through the acceptance, the calmness, the patience, the just love toward what Hayden needed. It's a huge difference for him, and his confidence level just went through the roof.
Yes,
really did.
He's a very curious young child. He's very curious about the things around him, and most children that attend the program are very curious. So they get to experience the social interaction by asking questions. Why is this? Why is that? Who is this? Why are we doing this? They ask those questions, and that helps them learn what's going on, you know, and they just love it. Water is very soothing. I don't swim myself, but to me, watching water or being near water is very soothing. So I think that helps. And the parents, they can just relax. One of the ladies that was bringing one of her children there, she would just relax and let that child play and just relax in the water. And that seemed to be the thing that helped them the most, was she could just relax and have fun. Because when you take a child to a doctor's office, most of the time the child goes in to see the doctor and you have to wait outside. But at the Splash program, you can participate and you can feel that relaxation and some of that tension going out of you. I'm not experiencing it, but I know raising an autistic child must be a very trying experience. So I understand, after seeing some of the autistic children, the different challenges that they have, and each one has a different challenge. So the Splash program does allow people to relax and to come and enjoy themselves. Yes. We have a lifeguard. We have it's all pool. The pool is certified, so everything is convenient, and we just love to have as many children as we can come, and as many adults come as possible too, because it isn't open just to children. We can have adults with disabilities, and we welcome them. We have an hour beginning about 5:30 in the morning. I mean, in the afternoon, not the morning. 5:30 in the afternoon for the children and their families, and then if the adult wants to come, usually 6:30 to 7:30 is a good time. Okay.
And when the program originally starts, do you say it's only for 3 months, for 6 months? Do they have to pay for the entire time? How do you, when the program runs, what do you say to the people?
Okay. The program is held every Friday night, and we're going to run it all summer. Coming up, we're going to run it all summer. And it's every Friday night at 5:30. The people that sign up only have to pay $5. We just charge $5, and that's for the whole family. Okay. If you want to bring 4 kids with you, as far as friends or siblings, it's only for the disabled person. So it's only $5 for a family. They can come and swim for an hour. Everyone should bring their own towel and be prepared to have fun.
And that's the best part.
The best part.
Well, I know that when we have come with Hayden, and especially in the beginning, he really struggled in the very first part of it. And I have to even tell the viewers, when you are in a situation and your child is screaming ballistically, and as a parent you're upset and the child's upset and the screaming's not stopping, this Splash program is a place where the parents are not judging you. No one is yelling at you. Knowing that there's a situation with the child, they do not get involved except unless you needed help. But you can be yourself, and you can have your child be the child's self. The child is going to have a little anxiety if they're afraid of water. Hayden had severe sensory issues, so for him, water was like dipping him in a bucket of acid. It hurt his body greatly, and until we could work him through the fear of water and desensitize him, there were many bouts of fits. But as we kept going in and kept going in, and we would do a reward system, we'd say, okay, well, if you can get in the water and walk with my aide, Samantha, if you can hold onto her or walk, whichever we could figure out in the beginning, and touch the rope like 3 times, then we'd go to McDonald's and we'd get French fries. And so he would have a reward system. And I have noticed that through the reward system and saying, well, if you can do this, then we'll let you have that. It worked out really well for him to let down that guard and started accepting it a little bit more. But the initial shock was shock for him. And I think the person that was most upset in the beginning, of course, was me.
Sure.
I cried harder for Hayden, and I wasn't sure if we could ever do it again. But then I had to step back and say, okay, I don't want to just stop completely. He was in shock, but he doesn't like water. So I wanted to make sure that we kept trying until we could succeed. And that's the part about the program. They're so wonderful about
trying.
Yes.
And that's what you need to do.
Just keep trying.
Whatever your autistic child, try it. Just don't stop and say, well, he doesn't want this or she doesn't want this. I think attempting it and keeping at it is what has made Hayden a success.
Yes.
And some of the other children are used to water. Some of the other children that we have are very used to water. Some can swim, but they have social issues. So that is a good point for them to come in because they can be around other children and learn to socialize. Autistic child, sometimes when they go to regular school, they feel a little different. And when they're among their peers, sometimes they feel a little bit more comfortable because they can socialize a little bit better because each one understands the other one.
Yes.
I find that the Splash program has been very, very good for me just to watch how the children grow and how they learn different things and can just function better. Just function better.
And I also like it that because of the fact that when it runs like the whole year round, during the spring, during the winter, if it's raining, if it's snowing, the child can still swim.
Yeah.
And getting that consistency is so grateful for the family and for the child because they really look forward to the moment of swimming or the moment of having that relaxation. They look forward to it.
Consistency is a very, very good point because autistic children do need consistency. And I know Hayden was very disappointed at times when the pool was either closed for repairs or down or there was a storm. Now, we can't operate the pool when there's a thunderstorm, lightning. We can't operate the pool for that. So sometimes, and if there's snow on the road, of course, we cancel. And we're off holidays, but we try to do it year round so that children will become accustomed to it and that they can come and have fun. That's the whole point of this program: is fun and relaxation.
And I definitely know that he's getting that. He's just having such a great time. The other part about the program, I guess, is that. I know you mentioned it's for not just the autistic child, but anyone that has a disability.
Anyone that has a disability. We've had people come in that have had strokes and they would like to swim, and it's more of a little private area, so you don't have to go to the Y and be around a lot of people that are going to judge you or look at you and criticize, because as we know, that does happen.
Yes.
And at this particular program, there's no one there to criticize. So they can come in, they can bat the ball around, they can float, they can do whatever they want to do. Now we do have some pool equipment, some floaters, some little balls, some few things. We could always use more. We're all the time looking for more toys. There's a little bit of boats. Some of the children do use the boats. They do use the floaters. So it just depends on what they want to do that night.
And then there's always a lifeguard on duty.
Always a lifeguard.
Right?
Always a lifeguard. We wouldn't ever have the program if it wasn't a lifeguard. We've always had a lifeguard, and some of the lifeguards have really grown accustomed to the children too. Yes. They really enjoy coming back to see what's going on and how they have improved and so forth. So we've had some really good lifeguards, some young people that have really gotten involved and really appreciated what we do.
Okay, and then so if a family was going to try to get in touch with you to be part of the Splash program, who would they call and what would they do?
Okay, well, Holly Community sponsors the program, and as I said, we only charge $5 for a family. You can call me. My name is Rose Carey. You can call me at 443-260-0822. And just ask about the Splash program, and then we will ask you to fill out a little registration form, and then you're set to go.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I do know that there's been many parents be in other different groups of where, especially with sports type things, where they're like, you have to pay if you go or not, you have to pay all the time. And I do know with the Splash program,
it's $5
only
each time, only to when you go. There's no year-long commitment, there's no a monthly commitment. It's only if you come and pay $5 each night. You could come monthly, you could come weekly, you can come twice a year, but it's just they pay as you go.
That's
and
wonderful.
I think we had tried to do that maybe a yearly basis and thought about it, and we thought, no, we're just going to stick to the $5, and that way that everybody can come when they want to come. And sometimes people don't want to come in the summer because they're doing pools, they're doing other things, they're vacationing, but this way they can just come and participate at $5.
And that's great. That's really great.
What can you get for $5?
I know.
What can you get for $5? This is a wonderful program for $5.
It really is. It really is. And the pool is wonderful. And knowing that they have a ramp if they have the water
Yes,
wheelchair.
they have a ramp.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's a lift there that Holly Center has to the recreation people in Holly Center would have to use, but we certainly can accommodate someone as long as we know ahead of time that the lift is needed. We certainly can accommodate someone.
Wonderful, wonderful. And it truly is a nice program. I mean, like I said, Hayden's. He's no longer afraid. He's so confident. He's just thrilled to death to go and
calls me by name and gives me a high five. So that's an improvement. Before it was like he wouldn't speak.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh,
But I think it was I think it was exactly 3 weeks. I mean, the first week it was screaming. The second week was minimal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And by the third week, he wanted in and never wanted to lurk back.
Yeah.
He just wanted the water.
Yeah.
And I think that was the week we had a problem getting him out of the pool. We couldn't make him leave.
Right. That's right. Some nights he doesn't want to leave. It's like, it's time to go. No, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And because he looks at the clock, and he knows where the clock is supposed to be when it's time for him to leave. And if it's early, then 5 more minutes.
I know, he's such a boss. Anyway, and then the other thing I wanted to talk about today, of course, are the beautiful cards. And this is part of a fundraiser.
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to
Yes. Holly Community happened to recognize that Hayden was an artist, and we developed some note cards, and we have them displayed here. All of these are by Hayden, and they're wonderful. And each, let's see, there's a set of 7 set of 7 in a little booklet, and it's $10, and all the proceeds go to Holly Community and possibly the Splash program or other programs that we might have. But we really enjoy his note cards. They're really neat. And his picture's on the back, and we hope people will think about that when they want to write some little notes and call us.
And I have to tell you, I mean, I have talked another time about his artwork. Because of sensory integration, he could not hold a pencil. He could not hold a paintbrush. He couldn't hold chalk or crayon. It was quite a challenge for this child. I know that the specialist was telling me that he would never write his name. He would never be able to do so many things. But through working with him and the manipulation of building the gross motor skills, the fine motor skills started to get better and better and better. And on the previous show, he had been on a bowling league for a while, and he was starting to really build the upper part of his torso and his arms and his hands and getting to maneuver the ball. Well, through that bowling, we noticed that every time I'd try to give him the pencil and him write, he was doing better and better and better. And the stronger he got with the bowling ball, the stronger he got with the pencil. So when she came and started doing the, we had an art teacher, Pat Blaine, come to our home and show us how to, show my son how to do this. And so we were helping her to understand the language, because she had to speak minimal for Hayden, and this is a curve and this is a straight line, and you know, and to imitate what she was doing. And he just took off with it. And through the pictures, you can see like the first year, and maybe the second year, and then the different years that he's been doing the art now. And I'm 51. And I can do a stick person with a head.
Me too.
This is amazing to me.
Amazing
and this is
to
my
me.
son. And I'm like, and I watched him draw this. I watched him paint this. And I've never cried so hard in my whole life. So I'm, through his art, we have entered every year at the Wacomico Farm and Home Show, and he's won awards through that. But through the Holly community and them recognizing, I was never so honored in my whole life. I mean, for Hayden's sake and for my sake.
It was a pleasure, because your mom showed me one of the pictures he had done, and I was just amazed. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I can't do this. You know, this is great. You know, so then finding out that he had done others. You know, so he has just such a natural talent for drawing now, and it's just overwhelming because, again, I didn't listen to the doctors. When they said no, I said, I don't think so. They said he would never speak. We're over 10,000 words. Plus, and he's doing high fives.
I know. He can high five people. He can swim now, and he can paint. And my point is, don't ever give up. Don't listen to the negatives. There's always a miracle somewhere, and it depends on what you're going to do, the work you're going to do, how you can help the children. But there are services, and the Splash program is definitely one that puts the children in the right direction, and at least to get that relaxation that their bodies so desperately need. And again, Rose, I'm just thrilled that you will be able to come to the show tonight and be able to talk about all the different things. Is there anything that the public needs to know regarding HCI, that if the public can help, or any events that are coming up that you know of?
We have a spring festival coming up in May. It's May 12th. It's the day before Mother's Day, and it's at Holly Center, and it's a fun day. And we want all the public to come out and enjoy themselves. There's usually food, music, auction, car show, games for the children, just a little bit of everything. And it's usually gorgeous weather, and we hope, again, it will be. We're keeping our fingers crossed. And so that is one of the ways that people could help, is to just come out and have fun and enjoy the different events there. And
I know that the event itself is wonderful. I've heard from multiple families that have gone every year, and they say, oh, it was just the best time ever. Our children had so much fun, and between the music, the food, and the different things that people had bought, they just had a great day.
Yes.
So I know that it's definitely worth your while.
Definitely. And they have crafters there, and we'll have some of the cards, of course, for purchase. But we enjoy doing it. It's a lot of work for a lot of the staff to do, but we enjoy doing it. And that's one of the one things that when I first started volunteering, that was one of the first things I did was start volunteering at the Holly Festival, and that's been years ago, of course. But it's been really nice.
Yeah, it's a wonderful company, and what they do for the families is outstanding. And of course, the programs that they put together for the children, because I am part of that, as far as my child gets to participate, I'm just overwhelmed over the progress and the amount of love that Hayden gets when he is at one of the programs.
Well, he's a lovable child.
Thank you, thank you.
But we do have a young athletes program too, for the children, for the younger ones, and that's being held at the Wycomico Senior Center on Saturday mornings. But it's for the little ones. It's for like 2 to 5, and they're doing little tasks. But that's supposed to help too. So, so if anybody's interested in that, please give us a call too.
Wonderful. So there's really, truly great things happening at the Holly Community
Sure,
Incorporated.
we're all the time doing something different. We want to do a lot of things in the future, but of course, we need money. So
that's right. That's right. Got to have the donations.
Yes, we're always looking for donations.
Well, again, I thank you so very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And anytime that something is going on or an event, please feel free to call me and come back on the show.
I certainly will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, you're watching Diagnosis Autism. I'm Crystal Holman, Executive Director of Autism Chapter Eastern Shore. And we're here to help you, help your children. And as always, we are so grateful for PAC 14, so grateful for everything they do. Thank you again. We'll see you next time.
Would you like to see your community organization or nonprofit group featured on PAC 14? To get started, contact us at 410-677-5014 or visit our website at www.pac14.org. PAC 14 is a great way to connect with your community.